Welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing my Best of Beauty 2015. It's just basically my favorites from the entire year. So this video is going to be long enough, so I'm not going to ramble too much, but I am going to go ahead and jump right into it. But before I get into the video, I did want to say that I hope everyone had a happy new year and a safe new year. And this is my first video of 2016. I'm so excited to see what it has in store for us, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. I have three foundations here that I want to show you guys, one of which is higher end. It's not actually drugstore and it is a bit pricey, but I really love this foundation, and it is from the brand Borgese. So you guys have heard me talk about Borgese a lot on my channel, and I actually really like the brand. It is a more expensive brand, but it's an amazing brand. It's worth every penny. But this is their Perfecting Makeup. It's a like Italian brand, so some of the words I can't pronounce. Sorry. But I love this foundation. It is just such a beautiful coverage foundation, and I love it because it's light, like a light medium type coverage, but it's so lightweight on the skin that it feels and looks like skin on your skin. So I just really love this foundation, and it has been one of my go-to foundations, especially in the summertime. I was reaching for this foundation a lot, and it's so light on the skin that it's very comfortable to wear, and it really doesn't even feel like you have on makeup. Okay, so the other two foundations are from the drugstore, and I'm pretty sure you guys already know which ones I'm going to talk about. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Now, I love this foundation. This is probably, out of all of the foundations I have, this is probably my #1 foundation, and it's weird because it's an $11 foundation, but I seriously think that it's better than any higher end foundation that I've ever tried. The coverage of this foundation is absolutely amazing. Like, it covers everything. But the only thing that I don't like about it is that it's not heavy on the skin, but it's one of those ones where you can feel like you have makeup on. It's not like, but it's not heavy on the skin, if that makes sense. Like, it's not lightweight like this foundation, but it is, and I guess because this one has a little bit more of a fuller coverage, but it covers every single thing. You don't even have to color correct with this. It is just an amazing foundation. I love this, and it lasts all day, like all day long. You do not have to worry about getting oily. You don't have to worry about it touching it up or anything like that. This is just an amazing foundation. It's so crazy because every time I wear this foundation, I always get compliments on my makeup. So I love this foundation. So the next foundation is also from the drugstore, and Maybelline came out with this foundation this year. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation, and again, an amazing foundation. I love this one. I've been reaching more so towards this one in the summertime. I have combination skin, so I tend to get oily, and then in the places that I get oily really bad in the summertime. So I was picking up this foundation a lot more in the summertime just because it is a matte foundation and it is poreless, and I have huge pores, especially in the summertime. Coverage is about medium to full. It's not quite as full as the L'Oreal Infallible, but it is a medium coverage. It does have, you know, good enough coverage for me. Moving on to primers, the two primers that I found myself reaching for, and I have the little sample size of them here. These are just primers that I found myself reaching for every time I was doing a video, except for if I was doing a drugstore video, then I picked up a drugstore primer. But other than that, I picked up these primers, filming, non-filming, whatever. These are the primers that I was reaching for. This is the Porefessional from Benefit. Again, like I said, I have huge pores, so I apply this in areas that I do have huge pores, and then it really just kind of shrinks those pores, or the appearance of those pores, but doesn't really clog them, but it shrinks them, if that makes sense. And it gets in my T-zone. It does give it like that matte finish, so I love this for that. And then the other one that I reached for is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this one has like that silicone feel, and I know a lot of people don't really like that silicone feel to primers, but I actually like it. I like the silicone feel on my primers because it helps my foundation glide on easier, and it just, I don't know, it helps the foundation last longer. So it's just something that I actually like in primers. I've been using the same 3 brow products every time I do my brows. You guys, I already know which ones I am going to be talking about. The first one is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I got on basically Anastasia Beverly Hills everything this year. I picked up everything from her this year. It was a big year for her brand. So she, like, I have so many items that I'm going to talk about from her brand this year. But the Brow Wiz is not, I don't think the Brow Wiz came out this year, but I got my hands on it this year and I love this. This is perfect for like an everyday brow, and I just, it's amazing. It really is. I honestly haven't had a brow product that topped this yet. So the next item is also from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Dip Brow Pomade. It is what I'm wearing today. It is a bit more dramatic than the natural everyday brow, but I'm okay with that. It's just really good to like define and fill in your brows. It's not a natural looking brow, but it's not like a bold dramatic drag brow, if that makes sense. But once this is on your face, it's not going anywhere. Like, this is just the best brow product for like waterproof stuff. And you guys know you sweat a lot, and sometimes your brows come off, but you don't have to worry about this. This is not going anywhere. And then the last brow product that I have to talk about is from NYX. This is the NYX eyebrow gel, and this one is in brunette. I love this eyebrow gel. It gives your brow just such like that full natural looking brow, and it's really hard. Like, it hardens the brow hair, so you don't really have to add like another brow gel on top to set it. For concealer this year, I have been loving these concealers here from LA Girl. They have the best drugstore concealers in my opinion, because they are $1.99, but some drugstore, well, actually none of the drugstores really carry them. They're just like a drugstore price. The only places, I'll link below a few places so you can get them from. They have a concealer for every single skin tone, so that's definitely a plus. But they have one for everything. Like, they have one to color correct with, they have one to highlight with, to contour with, to conceal with. They even have one for you to wear as a foundation. So I love these, and these are just 3 that I grabbed out of my collection. But you can see that I have here one that I can clearly conceal with, and then the other 2 I can contour with. So you can just do everything with these concealers. I also wanted to talk about this concealer palette here. This one is from NYX, and it is their Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette. I got this one in the shade Deep, and I love this palette. I specifically use this color here to like shape up my brows with, and I just love this palette because it has something in here for everything. But yeah, you have shades in here to highlight with, to conceal with, even these 2 down here to color correct, these up here are to contour with. So you have a little something in here for everything, and this is like a great everyday palette. So these are the 2 setting powders that I have been using this year non-stop. Now, I recently just picked this one up, I want to say about 2 or 3 months ago. So I haven't been using, no, probably a little bit longer than that. So I haven't been using this one that long, but I have been loving it enough to throw it in my yearly favorites. But before I got this one, I had the Nye Banana Powder, and this was my go-to setting powder for my concealer. I didn't have issues with it being too light. I love this powder. I would even sometimes set my entire face with this, because you guys know that I am very yellow, so I can use this to set my entire face with, and I don't have any issues with that. So I love this. But I really have been loving this powder as well. This is the one that I have on today, and it's just really good to set your under eye concealer with. You don't have to worry about any creasing or anything like that with either one of these powders. So these have been the 2 setting powders that I've been using this year. And when I wasn't using those powders, I was using another Anastasia Beverly Hills product. This is the contour kit. Now this didn't come out this year, I don't think, but I got my hands on it this year. I believe her cream contours came out this year because cream contour was like all of the rave this year. But I have been using this banana color here in the middle if I wasn't using either one of those setting powders. It's just basically a pressed form of those two powders. And it's really good to set your under eye concealer. Since I have this palette open, I will also talk about the other shades in here that I love. This shade here is called Havana. It is what I'm wearing today, and I just really love this to bronze up the skin. It just adds that warmth back into your skin. It's not too red and it's not too cool. And then I love this one here in the middle. It's called Fund, and I love this one to contour your nose with. It will contour the mess out of your nose. It is so gorgeous. It gives your face such a gorgeous contour, especially your nose. It looks so sculpted and just so nice. So I love this powder for that. I have also been loving these blush palettes from E.L.F. These are just, I love these palettes because they have a blush in here for every skin tone. And if you feel like the light palette is not for you, then definitely the dark palette is for you. This is the dark palette here, and as you can see, it has a blush in here for everybody. And if you feel like those are just a bit too much for you, then you can just pick up these. These are amazing blushes. I personally love these two blush palettes, and I love the fact that they do pop out, so you can, yeah, they do pop out, so you can like pop it into another palette and make your own. Moving on to highlighters, I have been loving highlighters this year, and I really couldn't just narrow it down to one. I legit had so many highlighters to choose from for my favorites this year that I was like, Keevie, just pick two, just two. So I chose the two that I reached for the most. So I will start with the one that I'm wearing today. It's from Gerard Cosmetics, and it's in the shade Lucy. Again, I have it on today, and I just love this highlighter. It is such a beautiful highlighter, especially for women of color and darker skin tones. It's like that rose gold type highlighter, but it's just so beautiful on the skin. Like, it just gives it like that glow from within. It's just, I love it. I love it. Every single time I wear this highlighter, I always get compliments on my makeup, and I'm just like, it's the highlighter. It got to be the highlighter. So I love this highlighter. It's just so beautiful on the skin. And I love Gerard Cosmetics as a whole. They are just such a sweet company. They're just really nice and just sweet. They always have sweet things to say to me. So I really love this company as a whole this year. Yeah, so moving on. The next one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is, again, Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a big year. I think she released everything this year. Liquid lipsticks, single eyeshadows. Actually, I think she's being released single eyeshadows, illuminators, everything. So this is the illuminator, and this is one of her illuminators that she released, and this one is in So Hollywood. Now this is like a pure gold highlighter. It looks like you have just gold on your face. It's very intense, so you do have to blend it out once you get it on, but it is so beautiful, and I love it because it goes with every single skin tone. So at least all of the shades that I have seen, this one goes with every skin tone. So moving on to eyeshadows. This year ColourPop has been popping. This was ColourPop's glow up year. When I say they glue up, they glue up. I've never heard of ColourPop before this year, and then it's like every time you turn around, it's ColourPop this, ColourPop that, ColourPop this. So everybody and their mama is talking about ColourPop. I have so many of their Super Shock shadows. They came out with Super Shock shadows, which are just beautiful, very pigmented eyeshadows. This one here is in the shade Nillionaire, and I think this is probably my favorite one out of all of the ColourPop shadows. They came out with highlighters. This one is in Wisp. They came out with blushes, lippy sticks, lip pencils, liquid lipsticks. Like, they came out with everything this year. So ColourPop, the brand itself, has just been a favorite of mine this year because I have just been loving everything that they come out with this year, and I feel like I just always need it. Just always need to pick up whatever ColourPop is releasing. The other eyeshadow that I wanted to talk about this year is from NYX. These are the Prismatic Eyeshadows, and these are just absolutely beautiful. Every single shade that I own, this is just such a beautiful eyeshadows. They're so freaking pigmented and metallic, and it's just, they're so beautiful. They are just so freaking beautiful. The one that I'm holding up here is called Bedroom Eyes, and I think this one is probably my favorite one out of all of them, but it's just so beautiful. They're just very beautiful shadows. And then the last eyeshadow that I want to talk about is from L'Oreal, and they are the Infallible eyeshadows. Now these are not new at all. These have been around for years, but I just got my hands on them this year, and I have been loving them. Every time I'm doing drugstore makeup shopping, I'm picking up one or two because I just love these eyeshadows. These are just some of the most pigmented eyeshadows that I have ever owned, and they're just so freaking pigmented, and it's like they're only $6. How are they this pigmented? But I don't even have one that's patchy. You know how sometimes shadows are just really good, but you have to like build them up? Not this. One swipe and you're good to go. These are just so pigmented. Like I said, I have so many colors of these because it's like I'm addicted. Every time I'm shopping, I'm like, I need it, I need it, I need it. I love these. This one here is in the shade Amber Rush. I'm trying to say all of the shades. And this is probably my most used one. I don't think it's my favorite one, but I do think it is my most used one. And you guys can tell that I'm loving these because I actually have one on my eyes today. And I'll link the tutorial below if you guys would like to check out my makeup. But I'm actually wearing one of these on my eyes today. So there goes to show how much I love these eyeshadows. Okay, and then the last favorite that I want to talk about, and it's not really just like one particular thing, it's actually just in general, and they are liquid lipsticks. So these are all of the liquid lipsticks that I own. I am going to do a a liquid lipstick collection video, so I'm not going to go through all of the collections, but liquid lipsticks have been a favorite of mine in 2015, just because I found myself picking up these more than I'm picking up the actual like tube of lipsticks, and they're just so easy to apply. They last all day. You don't even have to worry about like them coming off or touching them up or anything like that. They're just amazing lipsticks, so I love them. But if I had to choose one brand, and my favorite brand would definitely be Colored Rain. I have so many of these, so I'm just gonna grab two. But I love Colored Rain liquid lipsticks. They are my favorite brand of liquid lipsticks just because the formula is absolutely amazing. I am wearing one on my lips today, and I just love these because they're so pigmented. They're not like patchy. They don't flake and fall off or anything like that. They last all day. So these are just some amazing lipsticks. So Colored Rain are always gonna be a favorite of mine because I love them. I love them. And I know some people were like, Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks are actually better than Colored Rain, and I'm gonna talk about that in a future haul. Yeah, that is everything that I have been loving in the year of 2015. I am so excited to see what great things are in store for 2016, and I think that is about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you made a 2015 favorites, be sure to leave the link below because I would love to check it out. Or if you don't make YouTube videos and you just want to let me know some of your favorites, you can always leave them in a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can do so by clicking the red subscribe button in the description box below. That way you won't miss another upload. And yeah, so I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.